Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we're just going to have a little chat about this, the floor-made manifest, the Death Company on the battlefield, because you'll remember on Wednesday we talked about the new Blood Angels rules, and within those rules were a couple of fun little buffs and, ways to make you even more stabby and killy in close combat, and I made the comment that a full army of Death Company would be a wonderful thing to see. It'd be a great thing to see. I also said I'm not going to do it. Someone else is going to have to do it because I don't have the time. But it's a fun concept. It would be a lot of fun to do. And wouldn't you know it, you can. And when I say you can, obviously before, if you took take a normal HQ, you'd be able to build out a detachment of Death Company. Sure, fine. But there's little things in here that just make it that much more perfect. So the Death Company are arguably the most iconic unit of the Blood Angels. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair thing to say. And their rules have featured in a number of different guises over the years. So we looked at the effects of the Black Rage earlier this week. The thing that makes me excited is this. So, the Lost. There are 3 main Death Company units in the supplement: Marines, Intercessors and Dreadnoughts, as well as 2 named characters, Chaplain Amartes and Tycho the Lost. Now I did see a bit of confusion about that. There's 2 different data sheets, one of them for just Captain Tycho, and one for Captain Tycho after he succumbs to the Black Rage, which is a cool way to do it. Same character, 2 different thingies, that's fun. However, you'll also be able to induct up to 1 captain and 2 lieutenants in each Blood Angels detachment into the Death Company. We hesitate to call it an upgrade, given that you're essentially consigning them to a violent death, but for a nominal cost in power/points, they certainly won't hold back on the battlefield. I cannot tell you how much I like this. This is a really fun, cool thing to do. You could have your completely, Death Company painted army, complete with the captain being actually part of it. Now you might think, well, I could have done that anyway. The completeness of it just pleases me. It makes me happy. It means that once again we're in a position where Games Workshop has looked at the kind of an idea for a bit of a mad but fun army and gone, yeah, sure, let's make it fully legit. Let's make the whole thing legit. You're not just having to run a character. You're not having to just say, okay, well, I mean, the captain technically isn't, but he's leading them, so on and so forth. You can have all of them do it. I love that. I genuinely love that. It's so full of flavour. It's so flavourful and fluffy. So, more specifically, what do you actually get out of this? So, more specifically, in addition to picking up the Black Rage ability and a few other tweaks to their rules, the Lost will gain the thematic new Death Visions ability. This allows you to pick from one of 3 delusions of sanguineous final moments to apply to your ill-fated character once during the battle. On the Bridge of the Vengeful Spirit, for instance, is the perfect choice if you face overwhelming odds. So this is a character ability that you get because your captain has got the thing. He's got the Black Rage. He's one of the Lost. On the Bridge of the Vengeful Spirit, entering the bridge of the Arch-Traitor's flagship, all that stands between the warrior and Horus are a host of traitor legionnaires. I do like the all that stands. Just got to deal with these lads and then we'll get down to business. A model can only use this Death Vision if any enemy infantry character or monster character models are visible to it. If a model uses this Death Vision, then until that fight is resolved, add 1 to that model's attacks characteristic for every 5 enemy models that are within 6 inches of it. Each time that model makes an attack, you can re-roll the hit roll. So the extra 1 to the attacks characteristic for every 5 models, at first I was like, that's not all that many, but then again, you don't want to make it absolutely ridiculous. You're not paying, hundreds of points for this. You couldn't have it so that, at first I was like, maybe 2 or 3 attacks, but actually I think given the cost to upgrade, an extra attack and multiple options as well. This is only one of the options. An extra attack for every 5 enemy models, and each time the model makes an attack you can re-roll the hit roll. That's fun. That works. That's nice and thematic. That works really nicely. I really want to see what the others are. So there's 3 of them. This is only 1. Multiple options. I mean, it's a nice way of doing it. I really like this. I think they've done a cool thing here. Suppose you've turned any of your characters into one of the Lost, as described above, or your army includes either Chaplain Amartes or Tycho the Lost. In that case, you can use the Visions of Sanguineous stratagem to give them the ultra-violent edge. So it's an epic deed stratagem, 1 command point. As the last vestiges of their sanity slip away, the fallen heroes of the Death Company fight with the burning conviction that they are the Primarch himself. Use this strategy when a Death Company character model from your army is selected to fight. The model can do the following. If the model has already used a Death Vision, it can use another Death Vision this phase. Can't be the same one you used before, that's fair. If that model has not already used a Death Vision, it can use 2 different Death Visions this phase. Neither can be a Death Vision you've already used during this battle. Although, that's somewhat confusing. Oh, sorry, that's what it means. Alright, just for a second there, I was like, but hang on, you're saying that the character can use 2 if it hasn't already used one. I'm assuming that the way they've phrased that, it means that if another character has used a Death Vision, you can't repeat the one that another character has used. That's a little restrictive, but it is only one command point, and it is an opportunity to use that character's thing a second time, which I still think is kind of fun. I still like that. That's a fun way of doing it. And as they say, given that you can only make use of each Death Vision once during the battle, and that each Death Company character can only experience a Death Vision once per battle, Stratagem enables you to get the most out of that powerful ability, even if you only have one model eligible to use it. Of course, the presence of multiple Death Company HQ choices also unlocks the ability to field an entire detachment, or even an army of just Death Company units. I love it. I love it. They do say it isn't the most balanced force, but it's just, yeah, it's just so much fun. It's just fun. It is a fun way to do it. It's a fun way to represent them, and it's a really good way to give people the freedom and opportunity to, if they want to, make their absurd army completely legit, completely kind of, this is a legitimate thing that you can use in any setting because it's in the rules. It's all in the rules. You can do it if you want. I really like this. I really like this because of the amount of choice that it gives, because of the fact that it is a direct support for something that, yes, is a bit mad. It is a little bit like, as they say, not the most balanced force. But sometimes that's not what you're after. Sometimes you just want a fun thematic force that fits your kind of personal idea of what would make like an awesome army. Anything that supports that, I'm going to be super happy with, and I really, really like this. And it makes it super tempting. I don't think we're going to have time to actually do anything like this anytime soon, at least. But it moves, it's like the fact the option is there is great in every way. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that to your attention because it's fun and it's a really good move by Games Workshop, and I hope to see far more of this kind of thing in the future, taking things that would otherwise be kind of relatively niche or relatively kind of small parts of certain armies and saying, hey, you know what, if you want to make everything this, you absolutely can. You can make that perfect daft army idea. We are going to support it. We're going to make it so there are rules to support it, and so it is legit in every way. Quality move. Love it. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click it if you don't want to, and as always there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games which you can use to support the channel if you would like. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.